imagine you're declaring this 6 hearts contract. South led the ace of clubs and then returned a heart. Plan your play. So I think here, for this hand, my first instinct was to, just take all your chances. So a normal play, I think, would be to, ruff the club, draw trumps, and then cash the ace and queen of diamonds. If the jack of diamonds drop, you make. If it doesn't, then you can hope that diamonds break. And if diamonds don't break, you can still finesse spades. And all in all, that works about 75% of the time. So basically, there's 64 ways that you can distribute the diamonds, and the jack will be singleton 2 of the time and doubleton 10 of the time. And diamonds break 20 out of 64 of the time. And note that here, based on the auction, I think it's fair to say that all distributions are possible because South knows that you're missing one key card and South led the ace. So it's not like South is hoping for partner to have an ace and get a ruff. So yeah, I think all distributions are still possible. So that was my plan, and I was gonna do it until South started pitching spades. And then I'm not very proud of this, but I decided to take a roughing finesse against North for the king of spades, which I know I made a video earlier saying that I do tend to go for the percentage line and I don't really trust my table feel, but I think for this pair in particular, so for context, this was a speed board and this was the second board against this pair, and based on the first board, I found this pair to be a bit on the weak side, so I kind of trusted the spade discard that signaled not having anything important in spades, and therefore I finesse North. So I'm not very proud of this, but you know what? I'll just show you the hand that the first board I played against them, and I'm not proud of this, but on this hand, I decided to go by so-called vibes, table field, right? But if this was a higher level tournament, then I think that spade discard would have sent me, like, I think it would have messed with me quite a bit. And I think in the end, I'll just go for the percentage line. Note that in this particular layout, the so-called normal line, which is the first line, like you try for diamonds and diamonds doesn't work, you finesse a spade, you can actually still catch the king of spades offside if North has the long diamonds. Basically North gets squeezed, but I think this is a bit anti-percentage. Like in this particular case where North has 5 clubs, 4 diamonds and 2 hearts and 2 spades, then there's really no reason to be playing North for the king of spades instead of South. But looking back, I actually missed a better line, which I think is not that intuitive. So instead of roughing a club first, you should actually cash another heart. And the point of this is to figure out how hearts break. So if hearts break well, then you can cash a spade and rough a spade, small, and then rough a club. And then now you can rough another spade high. So this way you can catch king doubleton spade on either side and spades breaking 3-3. And if all that doesn't work, then you can still hope that diamonds break 3-3. And if diamonds don't break, then you hope that the person with the long diamonds has a long spade and has a king of spades, a king 4-card spade, and or even king 5, king 6 is fine as well, and this person will get squeezed. And then if hearts don't break, then you can still rough the club, come back in diamonds, draw trumps, and try the diamonds as before. And when the diamonds doesn't work, then you can still finesse the spade as before. So this is actually a strictly superior play to like just roughing clubs first. Yeah, so, and if you don't believe me, I mean, obviously, if hearts doesn't break, then it's the same as before. But if hearts breaks, then um, the chance of the spades working is 50%, because you have 2 ways for king singleton, 10 ways for king doubleton, and 20 ways for spades 3-3. And then only when that doesn't work, then you look at diamonds, and for diamonds, they break 3-3 20 out of 64 of the time. And if that doesn't work, you still have the squeeze, which is slightly less than 50% of the remainder. So it's going to be better than the 75% that we calculated before, because that was just like 50% and 50%, right? And if you do the math, it works out to about almost 83% of the time. The alternative to reverting back to the original line, like original so-called intuitive line, would be to rough a spade anyway. But then for that to work, you need, like if the king doesn't drop, right, so that's 12 out of 64, then like the remainder of the time, so 52 out of 64 of the time, you need dimes to break, which is 20 out of 64, and you can't try for jack dropping anymore because you just don't have the entries. And then if that doesn't work, you can still squeeze if the person with the king of spades has the long diamonds, which is slightly less than half the time. So it works out to be less than 42 out of 64 of the time times 52 out of 64 of the time when the king of spades doesn't drop in 2 rounds, plus the 12 out of 64 time when the king does. And if you do the math, then it's about 72%, which is less than the original 75% of the time. So you do well to test the break, and if it doesn't, then revert to the original line. So yeah, I thought this hand was really interesting because like intuitively I just wanted to rough the club first, but actually there's really no rush to you can, you know, draw a trump and then rough the club and then do whatever you need to do based on this new information. Of course you run the risk of like singleton diamonds or something, but that is really small compared to the gains that we saw. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this hand, and let me know if you found a better line than I did. Okay, that's all. Bye.